So with this surprise update from Raven Software, we've had some nerfs to some of the long-range options for Call of Duty Warzone. In this set of patch notes, they have made some surprising changes, some pretty unnecessary changes, and some very, very welcome changes. It's going to completely mix up the long-range meta. Today we're going to talk about that. They've also made some short-range nerfs in the form of some SMGs, and they've also fixed a few things that were driving me crazy. So we're going to get straight into it here. So August 3rd. Bug fixes. We have fixed the gas damage in the delay to the gas mask animation. So if you noticed, you might not have noticed, when you go into the gas, there's a delay with the gas mask going on. They fixed that. That was causing some damage to be taken even if you did have a gas mask. They've also fixed Specialist and Tempered. This is a big one for me. I love to use Tempered for those close range engagements, 2 plates rather than 3, and it was only applying as if you had 2 sets, 2 plates in. So they've also fixed that. Some unintentional lighting changes on Caldera, that's good to see. Last player alive, incorrect text, and some calling card issues. They've then gone on to make some nerfs and some buffs. Essentially, they've buffed the Vargo, which is a new AR for Vanguard. This is the Vargo S. They have increased the muzzle velocity up by 35%. They have taken another big swing at the NZ, so hopefully this location damage multiplier decreased down from 1.5 to 1.3 and added some additional shot deviation. This will hopefully put the final nail in the coffin for the NZ, opening up the long range meta a lot more. The KG M40 Vanguard has had a bit of a nerf also. The Volkstrom, they said here, as they'd love to see that the Volk is starting to get into the meta, but it's a little bit overpowered in the long range, and they're looking for it to be more of a mid to long range, more of a mid range gun. So they've kind of cranked it down a little bit, which is nice to see that they really care about where these guns fit into the balance. They've done that by changing a few of the attachments and a few of the multipliers. They've taken a weird, unnecessary swing at the kilo. They've said it was nice to see, or they were thrilled to see the return of the King, but basically it's in a place they didn't want it to be, and they've knocked down that minimum damage range from 23 to 22. Moving on to the SMG changes, the Armaguerra has had a bit of a nerf in the sense of movement speed. They've also added some extra recoil, and ADS has also been slowed down. Marco, the animation transition in and out has been essentially nerfed, and they've added some additional recoil for the vertical axis. The Blixen has had a damage nerf. It's also had in and out ADS transition nerf, and also taken the max damage range down from 9 meters to 8 meters. The F3 barrels being pretty heavily nerfed, and the Grenko 54. So this is my go-to build for SMGs. So tonight on stream we were going to be looking at what we're going to replace this with, because I don't think this will be viable at this point. Well, it might be viable, but it's not going to be meta, that's for sure. The Deagle has had a proper nerf because it was a little bit OP. They've given a nice buff to the Whitley. This is essentially, please use the Whitley. No one is using the Whitley. It's been ground loop for a while. It is kind of good, but they've made sure that people have a bit more of a chance at using that. And the VLK Rogue Shotgun Modern Warfare has had a bit of a nerf. That was disgusting and was quite irritating. They have also decreased recoil control for the brace perk. This is going to cover all the guns that have this recoil adjustment modifier available to it. That could be interesting also, because this is quite a meta perk for a lot of the close range engagements, so we'll see how that plays out. Interesting one here. So we're going to have to explore what the new meta is. I'm sure that's going to emerge over the coming days. I'm going to dig out some of the old guns, the old builds like the MP40. The well gun is still pretty solid. We might see that come more into play. Long range is going to be probably the Whitley and a few others. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. If you're new, subscribe, like the video, please, helps me out a lot, and hope to see you on a stream soon. Peace out.